Hello guys, it's Esther and I will show you how to draw in two-point perspective. In this video, you will need a pencil, a paper, and a ruler. So we're going to create a horizon line and we're going to put 2 points on the horizon line, preferably on the end of each side of the paper. So we're going to start to make a room, and I'm going to try to recreate Andy's room from Toy Story. So we're going to draw a line in the middle of the paper, touching the horizon line. So now we're going to make the first 2 lines from the first point to the other side of the line, and then the same thing to the other side. You do the opposite. Now we're going to create a dresser, and the dresser is going to be around 1 inch of length and half an inch of width. And the height, it could be however you want, but I would like to make it a little bit shorter than the horizon line. So now I'm just gonna connect the lines I made. So the width to the point, to the second point, and the length to the first point. So now we have the bottom of our dresser, and to create the top we have to get the second point and put it as low as you want to make it, and then you do the same to the first point, and you just created a little dresser. But now we have to create the back of the dresser. So you put your ruler on one side, connected to the first point, and then the second point we will do the back of the dresser. Alright, now we are going to put the drawers of the dresser. So we are going to divide it. I like to measure first how tall it is and then divide it into equal parts, but it's up to you how you want to divide them. Okay, now that you have your lines, you're going to connect them to the second point and create long lines on the front of the dresser. I like to put a thicker line and then thin lines, a thicker line and then thin lines, so we can have, I guess, a good design for it, a realistic design. Now we are going to make the door. The door is going to be simple, and we're going to make 2 of these. So I'm going to explain this one, and then the other one I'm going to fast forward it. So we create how wide you want the door. So I created, I think it was like around 1.5 inches or 2, and then just bring the lines up, all the way up. Now we are going to see how tall you want the door. So we connect the ruler to one side, to the point number 1. Okay, and I guess a tip, it's like if you're gonna make something on the left side of the room, you're gonna connect it to the right, what's it called, vanishing point. And then if you're doing it on the left side, you're going to use the right vanishing point. Now I'm just adding detail to it. His doors were divided into 3 squares, so I just made 2 lines, and then I'm just going to make more lines of horizontal. Okay, so point 1, we connect our little dividers that we created. And I'm making the same as the drawers. I'm making a thin line and then the square and then a space and then the square that we're making and then a space. And then I'm gonna make a little line underneath as well. Okay, and now to create the second door, we connect all the lines that we made to the corner or of the room, and then we extend them to the the first wall, the left wall. Now we use the second point to create the lines from the corner. Alright, now for the shelves, we're gonna make 3 shelves above the horizon line. For this one, I'm gonna use the smaller ruler because it's a lot tighter, the area I'm working with. So we're gonna make the shelves 1/8 of an inch and then create that into a 3D shelf. So we add the 1/8. Okay, we connect the line to the second point and we make a thickness of 1/8. Now we're gonna bring the side of the shelf to point number 1. So the bottom ones and the top left. Now we create the back. And the third shelf is right on the horizon line, so we don't need to make the line. Now for a bookshelf, you make it as wide as you want, and you make vertical lines. Now we connect a point. We are going to start with the point number 1 and connect the left side of the shelf and create the width. But right there, I didn't notice. I made a mistake. I connected the wrong line on the left. Okay. Now we create how far back we want the shelf. Shelves are usually pretty thin, so I'm not gonna make it too big. And then from those, we are gonna make it go up. Make a vertical line on each angle. Okay, now we're gonna create the top, and that's where I find out I messed up. Okay, so we make the first line, which I believe that's gonna be the front. Oh no, that's the back. There it goes. We make a line connecting the back one to the front. Confusion right there. Alright, so yes, we create that line and connect the rest of the horizon. And then we make it go up, completing the prism. So create that little line. Okay, now erase everything so you won't confuse yourself. Okay, now we're gonna make the little shelves. And you can make as many as you want or different heights, but I like to make them even, and then I just connect them all. Okay, now for the bed. The bed is a little bit more simple if you don't add detail, but we're gonna make the I guess the frame of the bed first, which is just gonna be rectangle for now. And then we're gonna make the from the bed frame, we're gonna keep going on the corners to make the mattress. So I kind of estimated how high on a mattress goes. And then we created the box now for the mattress. Okay, now for the frame, we're gonna add detail. And we're gonna add 2 thin lines on the sides and then create a little square on top because we're gonna make a circle. And then I'm gonna make it has a little curve to it on top, so I'm gonna make squares. I'm gonna divide it into squares on the top so it could be easier for me to add the curve. Okay, I'm gonna add a second curve and then add a bunch of lines. So right here I messed up. I didn't count how many lines I created. So in the end, I had pretty much like 2 together. So you want to make it, I believe it's an odd number to keep them all the same. Okay, and so then just go over with your marker, pen, or if you're gonna color, go ahead and do that. And make sure you look at the lines first and not mistaken them from like the little drafts that you created. Like the back of the dresser, don't create those lines since you won't be able to see them. And make sure you stop at corners and not keep going. So this is basically the room of Andy, and for the video I'm just gonna leave it like that. And on my social media I will be uploading the complete picture, which will be with the toys, and I will try to color it too. So thank you for watching, and if you would like to see the end of this picture, go ahead and follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and for more videos, subscribe to my channel.